Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Sold Sign Real Estate Unplugged. We are your favorite host and realtors, Naya and Lauren, and thank you so much to our new followers and subscribers. We are glad that you are here. So we are still honoring Black History Month. We have on our HBCU gear today. Shout out to Lauren's HBCU.
Yes, yummy, yes.
And I am supporting all Black colleges today, but I would be remiss to not shout out my HBCU, St. Aug and Raleigh. So shout out to HBCUs. Thank you for all y'all do for the Black community.
Thank you.
So we're super excited to give y'all another story today. Remember, the stories that we're sharing are from other real estate agents or professionals in the real estate industry. We're never going to share names or locations, but the goal is to just leave y'all with some insight to the field and also some tips to help you navigate the real estate world as well. So the story for today, we call this one, Where's My Refrigerator?
Y'all, let's get into it, okay? All right. A young couple and first-time home buyers were excited about the prospect of owning their own home. Who wouldn't, right? They had attended seminars, saved for a down payment, and were well prepared for the journey ahead. However, their path of home ownership took an unexpected and embarrassing twist. After months of searching, they found a lovely house that seemed to meet all of their criteria, wants, and needs. It was in a great location, had a spacious backyard for their kids to play in, and was within their budget. They eagerly made an offer, which was accepted by the seller. The couple had successfully navigated the initial steps, but the embarrassing moment occurred during the final walkthrough before closing. As they entered the house, they noticed something peculiarly different about the property. It was completely empty. No appliances, no fixtures, not even light bulbs. Embarrassingly, it turned out that their real estate agent had failed to confirm that the appliances and fixtures were included in the sale. The couple had assumed that they were part of the deal, as they had been during previous showings. Feeling awkward and caught off guard, the couple realized they would need to purchase and install new appliances, light fixtures, and even a refrigerator before moving in. They faced additional unexpected costs and the inconvenience of a home that was far ready from move-in ready. The real estate agent was apologetic, but explained that it was crucial and it was a crucial lesson in the importance of clarifying deals and details, confirming inclusions with the seller during the negotiation process. Despite the initial embarrassment and additional expenses, the couple decided to proceed with the purchase and make the necessary upgrades. They learned to be more vigilant about checking the details of future real estate transactions, ensuring they wouldn't be caught off guard ever again.
I would hate to walk into an empty house with the extra emptiness of not even having the appliances.
They just
that you thought were going to be there. And not even the lights and the light bulbs. That's petty.
They just gave a whole new meaning of vacant.
Yeah.
It's different if you walk into a vacant house. Y'all, like, a vacant house is a vacant house.
You know it's going to be vacant.
You know it's going to be empty. That's the point. Not this empty.
Not this empty.
What are you talking? What is happening?
Not even the light bulbs. They got me with that one. You took the fixtures and the light bulbs out. Come on.
You're not supposed to do that. That's a fix. That is a fix.
That's a fix, right.
You're not supposed to, if y'all don't know that, like, you're not supposed to take out things that are already fixed, like attached to the walls. Like, y'all not supposed to be taking those things out. So if you have let's say if you recessed lighting, don't take the recessed lighting bulbs and the little cups out. Y'all not supposed to do that. You're not allowed to do that.
And that's so extra because you had to do extra hard work to get into that recessed lighting and take that light out. Because it's in the ceiling. Like,
what is happening? And where are you going? Where
are you going with that recessed light?
Where are you going? Because my thing is, like, this new house that you going to ain't got no lights. No. They don't have a refrigerator.
That's crazy.
Where y'all going? You going to a shed? Where are you going? Where are you going that your new house does not have any of these things, or you felt as though you had to take it? Did y'all take it and did you sell it? Is that what y'all were doing?
Why did you feel like you needed the light bulb?
Why did you just increase the house or the price if you felt like that whatever they purchased the house for, that you felt like you had to take the appliances with you? All right.
I know. I'm so stuck on that. Didn't even get to the rest of it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about this for a second. The contract.
Yes, I literally, you just took the words out of my mouth. I was just about to say the contract.
The contract. Go ahead. The contract.
So I like have a photographic memory of this specific part in the contract with the inclusions and exclusions. That is my favorite infographic on the contract, because it's simple and it's clear with the check boxes of the inclusions and the exclusions, and you even got a little space for any additions if you need to add something.
If you need to add what's included, excluded, what is it? And they break it down for you. Refrigerator, stove. So my thing is
nothing checked. Well, they saw nothing checked because it appears the agent like skipped over that part. Now I can say I can understand how like they were looking at multiple houses and it was like, oh yeah, it's included. And so like by the time they maybe got to this house, it kind of maybe went over their head because it had been included and it's normally included.
Yeah.
But again, just a note on, paying attention to details, because the smallest thing can change from house to house.
Yeah.
And
every house is different.
Yep.
So you cannot,
from deal to deal. Yeah.
You can't say like, oh
assume.
Yeah, this, don't worry about it. Yeah. Everything will be, and 99% of the houses are going to have the appliances in it. Now, they may not have washer and dryer in there.
Yeah.
But when you talking about a refrigerator, a stove, the oven, light bulbs, bro, what?
I cannot get over the light bulbs. That's super petty. You got on a ladder up into that ceiling to take those light bulbs out of that recess. Like, I just can't. I can't with that one.
Now, if you had additional light bulbs that was like sitting in your closet that you didn't use, you bought them, they wasn't even using. Okay, fine.
Take your box light bulbs.
Take them and go.
But you went into the ceiling to make sure I didn't have that light bulb when I moved in. I don't like that. I don't like that.
I don't even want your funky house no more. I'm just saying, I don't want it. The fact that I gotta walk in here and it's nothing.
I feel like that over a light. I don't like it.
And here's the thing. I don't know that it's even the seller's fault, because they probably didn't check that any of those things are going to be included. Or maybe they said in the contract, like, did they check? In the disclosure, sellers have something called disclosures that they have to provide. Now, in those disclosures, is everything checked off? Because if it's not checked off, they're not in the wrong.
They were free to take it.
They were free to take it 100%. And it was not their fault. It was the real estate agent's fault for not looking clearly and saying, looking at that inclusions and exclusions document and saying, oh, y'all, just so you know, for this particular house, because also if the buyers knew that those were not included, would they have paid the amount that they paid for the house?
Exactly. Because I was going to say, okay, at the end of the day, if the sellers wanted to take the stuff and they didn't include it, fine. Mm-hmm. But you just want to know that ahead of time, because that could have impacted their decision to move forward with the house. Or it could have just better prepared them, like, to go to Lowe's now and buy a refrigerator, because okay, I'm going to move into the house, and where am I going to keep my food? Mm-hmm. So
you know where you don't have a refrigerator. That agent would have been given, can I get a gift card? I hope they would have got them something, a little gift card, $100, $200 Lowe's gift card. They could have got them something. It was their mistake that they missed. It was because first time home buyer. Okay, as I'm reading this, so this couple was a first time home buyer. Agent, thank you for sending the story in. We appreciate it. So for the first time home buyer, they don't know what they're looking for. They have no idea. When I was a first time home buyer, I had no idea what an inclusion exclusion document was. Right. So because I didn't know what that was, how are they supposed to know? Because it didn't say that they put in other offers. They just said that they have
they saw other properties. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And it's so important to like go as the realtor when you're, writing up the offer and reviewing it. Like, it's important to go page by page. Like, I know we look at these contracts and it's like, we know it like the back of our hand, but again, those small details can change house to house. And so you really want to look page by page, and with your clients, go page by page and highlight the big stuff. And inclusions, exclusions are definitely the big stuff. Because it showed up in a big way. Yes. In their home. So yeah, it's
And then
something
the
you don't
final,
want to miss.
like the final walkthrough, which we've talked about a few weeks back.
Yeah.
What a final walkthrough is pretty much is something that you do right before you close on the house, so that when you do go to settlement, you know that the house looks the exact same way from the last time you saw it, regardless if that was when you first put in the offer or the last time you had the inspection.
Right.
Whenever the last time you saw the house, you want to make sure that before you actually go sign on that dotted line and buy the house, that you have your final walkthrough. This is why we do final walkthroughs for stuff like this, because could you imagine going to the house after you're closing, you have your keys, you're so excited, you have a bunch of stuff in your car because I'm sure you're moving in that day, you got food or whatever, and now you walk in, you can't even enjoy your first meal in your house because you have no appliances. Entire kitchen's just wiped out clean. Whew. And you can't even see because they done took the lights. What is happening? What is happening here?
And you can't even see.
You done turned your electricity on. Now, if y'all got BG&E, you turned your electricity on. So, but you ain't got no lights because the seller decided they want to take light bulbs to whatever house they're going to.
Took everything out the ceiling.
This to me was, it's not a funny story. It's just that it happens more often than you probably know. That's why you really got to pay attention when it comes to those inclusion exclusion document. And if your brokerage or your whomever, if you don't have that part of your like in your system as one of your documents, I know in the DMV we all have it. I'm not sure about other states and you know how the documents work in other states, but if y'all don't have that, that is so important. So let us know if y'all do have that document. Maybe call something different, but ours is called inclusions and exclusions. And it really makes a huge difference, because if that was included, if those things were checked off on the seller disclosure saying, hey, a refrigerator comes with this stove. These are standard too.
Right.
All these come with it, and you walk in and at the final walkthrough, you notice that it's not there. Then you're like, oh, wait a second, we're not closing. You can 100% walk away and say, we're not closing because when we signed this contract a month ago, it said that these items were still going to be left in the house. And as you can see, none are there.
Right.
So before you actually sign on the dotted line and go to closing, make sure your agent follows up and say, hey, these were actually supposed to be included. You need to go and replace them.
Right.
You need to go buy us some new ones.
Right.
And then I'll close on the house. Because you think you're going to get your money? That means...
Would you be okay if they brought the one back that they took out? Or you want a new one now?
At this point, I want a new one. Because you could have left it. I feel like you could have left it and we wouldn't have had that problem.
Right.
I want new ones.
Right. Oh.
And I'm not saying you're not getting your money for the sale of the house until you get me the new stuff. So you ain't going to get no money, and then that's okay.
It's a hold up now.
Everything's a hold up because y'all tried to be sneaky. Yes, and petty. Not you still on the light bulb.
I'm still on the light bulbs. Because like you said, now I have no appliances and I can't see.
And it can't.
Because why would you
Very
do that?
true.
I just can't get over that part. How am I supposed to see?
And like, are you mad at your agent? If you're the buyer, are you mad at the agent?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm pissed.
Yeah.
And we're agents.
And because you didn't, as a first time home buyer for sure, you know, like you don't know what to look for.
Yeah,
so like I'm really
know.
trusting you to have that eye, that attention to detail. So yeah, I'd be upset.
Yeah, I agree. I'll be upset 100% because, like you said, you're supposed to have my back. You're supposed to be there. You as realtors, again, y'all, we're realtors full like in this market right now. So you got to know like what to look for, because your buyers don't always know, or your sellers don't always know. And sometimes because we do a lot of things so repetitive, we may forget to say some things. 100%. We're not saying that you got to remember everything, but because we're constantly saying it, we may forget and leave something out. But some important things, like you got to make sure you hit and you nail every single time, because not all buyers and not all sellers. You have first time sellers too. Don't forget. So some people just don't know what to expect. And what if the agent, what if the seller's agent, what if they didn't tell the seller like, hey, make sure you keep all these appliances in here? What if the first time seller, what if it was a first time seller and the seller honestly thought like
that they were supposed to take
supposed to take everything out? I don't know how, but you know, everybody's different. So what if they thought like, yeah, 100% we're supposed to remove, when they say we're moving out, they're moving everything. So they may have thought, oh, okay, well, maybe this is what we're supposed to do. The listing agent should have been there too to guide their sellers and let them know, like, you should probably go ahead and keep these appliances in there. Because who had the sellers? Was this a for sale by owner? Listen, I'm just saying.
Because again, where are you taking that refrigerator to?
Where's it going? Are you selling these appliances? Because your
Doesn't
agent,
your new house have one?
right? Are you going
Likely,
to your house?
your new house likely has one.
They have one, unless it's a new construction. And new construction, a lot of times will not a lot of times, half and half. Some of them will have a refrigerator. They'll have all the other appliances, but some of them may not have a refrigerator. So, okay, maybe I can understand that. But I feel like your listing agent who was working with the seller, that's the listing agent, should have guided the seller and said, bruh, keep the stuff in here. That don't even make sense. Like, you can go ahead and buy some other stuff with the proceeds you're going to get from the sale of this house.
Yeah.
The buyers, first time home buyers, a lot of times they're pretty strapped tight with cash. So to walk in to buy a house and then walk in and you don't have any appliances, you're already a little straight. It was kind of tight for you to buy the house anyway, because you don't have a lot of cash on hand. I'm not saying that's all buyers, but a lot of first time home buyers, kind of a trend. And if you don't have that cash and now you got to use money that you may
you
not
weren't
have,
expecting, or that you don't have right away. That's disappointing.
That is disappointing. Yeah, I would have been mad at my agent for sure. Yeah, I would have been pissed.
And as the agent, I would have felt super bad.
Yeah, I would have been very apologetic.
Like, now I got to go buy the fridge.
That's what I would have did. Like, dang, that's my fault, because I should have caught that.
You gotta take that.
Yeah, sorry guys, you're gonna have to eat it.
Yeah,
sorry agent, you may have to eat this one if you wanted a tip or a if you cared what we were thinking, you had to eat that. We really hope you bought them something.
Yeah,
we just saying.
Yeah. So I mean, tips, I would just say, have super close, attention to detail, page by page on the contract. Be sure that you are not skipping this section. I understand you see a lot of houses. Most times it is included, but in a small, rare case, it could not be. So you definitely don't want to miss it for your buyers. And for buyers, now you guys know, because you listened today, to pay attention also when you get the contract. Be sure to ask your agent up front, hey, can we double check and make sure these things are included? This is important to me. So don't forget that when you are on your home search, to ask about the inclusions and exclusions for the home as far as appliances, fixtures, etc.
Yes. And don't forget to speak up. Like, speak up for yourself. Sometimes if you feel like your agent is not doing the best job for you, speak up for yourself. Ask the questions and sometimes you may not know which questions to ask. I know you may just have to Google it, but if you feel like your agent's not doing their due diligence, make sure you're doing yours and ask the questions. They may be hard questions, but you still need to know it's your house. So make sure you're asking them, like, are these things supposed to be included, and see what the answer is.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Well,
all right. That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap for today's episode, guys.
Yes. We hope you all enjoyed today's episode. If you would like to see and hear more stories like this one, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. If you have a tale to tell, we are always open to hearing more stories to share as well. So please don't be afraid to reach out and let us know if you have any stories to tell.
Yes, and you guys can find us. We're on pretty much every platform, so you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, pretty much where you can find us. That's where we're going to be. So, again, just like Naya said, please submit a tale to tell if you have anything. And it doesn't just have to be real estate agent. So if you are an inspector, a lender, title company, real estate agent, if you're a buyer or seller and you have a story that you want to tell, just go ahead and submit it to us, and we will definitely get it here on our story. We're also going to do a question and answer segment this month, so look out for that, because we know we have a bunch of comments and questions, so we have been trying to answer them in the in the apps, but we are going to do some of our most asked questions, and we'll go ahead and do a segment on that. So yeah, so we hope you guys enjoyed this, and we will definitely see you next week.
See you next week.